Hey everybody, what's going on? Yeah, I know I don't have a right eyebrow. Thanks for noticing. Listen, man, I'm not gonna waste your time. I want to make it clear that this video is not a review of this mouse, but it's a tutorial on how to get it to work, specifically for Rocket League. But Joe, why did you burn $160 into a mouse just to play Rocket League? That's because the camera settings are really fucking stupid and broken, and also I burned like half of my life into this shit, and there's no reason to go and play a different control scheme and get used to it and set my mechanics back because of what you think, because that's fucking stupid and shitty and a waste of my time. And also, I'm a Chad that's 6 foot on a good day, and I adapt to my environment, so go fuck yourself. In short, you're really only allowed to bind mouse buttons binarily, so like on or off, and you're only allowed to swivel the camera at the speed that it's set to in your settings, and you don't really have a full range of control over that, and that's kind of a huge fucking problem for keyboard and mouse players, like a really big disadvantage to not be able to see shit as accurately as controller players, and that's a big reason why people don't fucking play keyboard, right? I know this sounds like all super sunshine and rainbows for you keyboard players, but there's a few caveats that you really need to know if you want to go through with buying this. First of all, make sure you know which version of the mouse that you're getting. So like, there's basically 3 versions. There's the RoG Chakram, there's the Chakram X, and there's the Chakram X Origin. The Chakram X and the Chakram X Origin are the exact same, but the Origin doesn't have a QI charging pad in the bottom of it, and like, yeah, that's really fucking stupid that they slap a super duper cool giga turbo word on the end to accentuate it, but they take shit out of it. But like, just make sure that if you're getting the Origin that you're not going to shell out on the $60 for the charging pad, because you're going to be really disappointed. Second of all, you're going to have to install this software called the Asus Armoury Crate, and it's really, really shit, and you need to make sure that you pay attention whenever you install it and don't install other shit over it, because you could really fuck it up. I've had to install this thing like 3 or 4 or 5, 6 times and completely uninstall it and everything. It's been a real pain in my ass, but when you get it to work, it is sunshine and rainbows, I promise. Okay, finally, no matter how beefy your PC is, if you're like using the keys on the keyboard and you're using the basic mouse buttons and the advanced mouse buttons all at the same time, you are gonna like get a little bit of lag. But like the time that you were able to do all those 3 things all at once while you're playing Rocket League is really, really slim. And even then, like, if you're boosting and moving forward and flicking your mouse or your camera over all at once, like, you're probably flicking your camera over for like just half a second. So it's not really noticeable, but it is important to know. I haven't really been able to find a fix for it yet, but I'm working on it, and I'm gonna make a follow-up to this video. All right, first things first, you know, you gotta plug your mouse in, duh, and now we gotta go and install some really shitty software. So we're gonna go and search up Asus Armoury Crate, and they spell it really fucking stupidly and weird for some reason. I don't know. And it's stupid to find the download button. Okay, so this is where it gets tricky. If you start fucking up, like if you do the things that I'm telling you not to do and you fuck up your whole Armoury Crate, you're gonna have to do the full installation package, but for now you can just settle with light. So go ahead and click download on that, make sure that it starts and everything, like, and you're gonna take it, fucking extract it, and then you are going to run it. Click yes, and you are going to install Armoury Crate and or Creator. I'm not going to do it because I've already done it, and it's probably going to fuck everything up for me if I try to do it again, but it might take a second. It might look like it's going to get stuck or something. Just wait it out, trust me. After you open the client, you should probably get to a screen something like this. You might get a few other pop-up windows before that. Just fucking click skip through them. But you're probably asking, why the hell did we actually download this piece of shit software? Well, we downloaded it because despite what the Asus Customer Support guy told me, this isn't a plug-and-play device, which means that you have to download firmware in order for it to fucking work correctly. Thanks a lot, Asus Customer Support guy. That made me lose fucking 6 hours of my life. So now you go and click on Settings, click Update Center, click Check for Updates, and while it's doing that, you need to go ahead and take your braided cable that came with your mouse, plug it in, and you got to go on the middle setting, which is the wired setting. And that's important because it won't actually let you do the firmware until you do that. Download a software that has been outdated. That is not how you fucking type it. That's how you type it. It's been outdated 3 years ago. That's the last time that it was updated, but it works for this purpose. And DS4 and DS5 and ReWASD do not fucking work. And they shun my mouse like a school child with the cheese touch. It just doesn't fucking work, man. I'm telling you. You got to use X64CE. So you click that, and then you come over here and you click download for all games. And you'll get the zip or whatever. Go and drag it onto your desktop, wherever. You don't have to put it anywhere specific. It's a one program kind of deal. It doesn't have any directories or nothing. It's all stored in that program, 100%. Okay, after you drag it to your desktop, then what you have to do is you have to go and click on it, right-click it, properties, and then you have to go to compatibility, and you need to click run this program as administrator, and then click apply. And what that'll do is it'll automatically elevate the program every single time you launch it, which is like you're gonna want to do that, or it's not gonna be fun trying to figure out how the app works. When you do that, you gotta press yes to elevate it. That's the whole point of making sure it launches as administrator. And then you're gonna get this. And I took the liberty of going ahead and like totally removing all of my stuff so I can show you exactly how to do it. So what you're gonna do first is you're gonna go to options, make sure that every single one of these checkboxes are checked. I'll let you pause the video, go ahead. We're gonna move on. Then you have to go to virtual device. This is really important. It's probably gonna default on 1000 Hertz. Make sure you go the lowest you'll go. And you'll think that, oh, it's not gonna track as well. That's not the point. It'll track just perfectly as fine. Like it's not a big deal at all. It just removes lag. So after that, you're gonna go to right here, HID Guardian, and you're gonna click this checkbox. Make sure that's checked, and this should not be grayed out for you. I've already installed it, so you're just gonna click install. It should be very quick, and then click refresh. What does this do? Basically, it stops your other control. It prevents your other controllers from fucking with your virtual controller in game. So next from there, we're gonna go and click on games. This is where the magic happens. First, what you're gonna do, this will probably be highlighted. If it's not, highlight it, click delete. What does this do? It makes sure that you're not having a profile that starts whenever this program itself starts. You wanna make it start whenever you launch Rocket League. That's the whole point. So you're gonna click add game, and you know, if you're on Epic, go to your Epic directory, Rocket League, binaries, Win64, Rocket League EXE. I'm playing on Steam because that's how I most commonly do it. So we're gonna go to my Steam directory, which is basically the exact same thing. Rocket League, binaries, Win64, Rocket League EXE. That's added, great, perfect, 100% done. Awesome. Now this profile will launch every single time that we launch Rocket League. All right, next we're gonna go and click on devices. So if you reuse drives that are older than you are, just like me, then you probably have way more devices in your device manager than you probably have any business having. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna click hardware, and this big thing, this big fucking confusing tree of your device manager pops up. That doesn't matter. Just click clean. It's that simple. Then click yes. That's just gonna help things go a little smoother. Whenever you are sure that it's done, click the X. All right, from there, what you're gonna do, very, very important, click save all. It will completely fuck up everything. I promise you, without a shadow of a doubt, it will reset if you do not save. So now what you're gonna do is you're gonna unplug your mouse, and you're going to, I didn't realize when I said it before, but whenever you actually plug your mouse in, it changes the mode. I don't actually know even what mode it's set to because I'm too lazy to figure it out. But just unplug your mouse, go ahead and flip the switch back to the 2.4 wireless, and then hold down the DPI button, press the side button 8 or 7 or whichever the fuck one, this closest one to the palm of my hand is, and then you'll be in the Poopy Comet mode. And then from there, what you're gonna do, I know you don't want to, reset your computer. You have to. You have to. If you don't, you're not gonna have a good time. Trust, 100% restart your computer. Yes, you do not have to stick with the fucking Poopy Blue Comet shit. Just go over to AuraSync. Hey, look, it's working this time. Okay, so this is perfect. So it doesn't always work. Just restart your fucking client if it doesn't work. But don't click sync devices unless you have multiple devices. Just click Aura Effects and go in here and fuck with it. Again, if it doesn't let you do it, if it gives you an error message, close the app completely, start it over. It'll do it eventually, I promise. Like, it's not common that it works, and that's why this app is really fucking dog shit poopy. But if you stick with it and you don't have, like, you get to a point where you don't have to touch this thing again, you're gonna completely forget about it, and it's gonna be out of your mind completely. Okay, now, after you've restarted your computer, you should be able to come over, reopen your app, elevate it, whatever, and then you're gonna go switch your game to Rocket League, right? Then you're gonna click Add. I know that there's a bunch of different ones that say RoG Chakram. It might not be the same for you. I don't know why it's like that. It's probably because I've been sitting here fucking with it so much and it created a whole bunch of other instances, and that's probably due to my own stupidity and my own finicking, and I don't really know how to go back and fix that right this second without fucking anything up, so I'm just gonna deal with it. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna click one of the ones, I don't know how many there are, click one of the ones that do not have the gray checkbox to it. It has to have a green checkbox in order for it to work. Then you click Add Selected Devices. So from there, it's going to switch the game back up to this, like I told you it would. So you're going to go back to Rocket League, and then you're going to click Enable One Map Device. Then you're going to come over here to Stick Axis X, click Record. This is where the magic happens, boys. And then move it. Now you got your X-axis. Go ahead and set your Y-axis, which is your up and down axis. Now you've got full range control, just like that. And then finally what you're gonna do is you're gonna set your stick button. And that's important because whenever you launch Rocket League, you need to have your first button pressed as your virtual controller, or it's not going to read. And if you accidentally press a button that is not the one that you set for your virtual controller, that, like, the stick isn't going to work. You're going to have to do stick button. If you don't start it like that, you're going to have to restart it again and start, like, lead with the stick button. So what we're going to do is we're going to set stick button to this button right here. I don't know which one this is, but it's the one that is just over the one that's all the way to the end right here. You're going to click that. Button 4. Okay? Now you've got your stick perfectly calibrated. Now you've got your stick button. Go ahead and click Save. All right, after you do that, you're gonna have to come over to this subsection over here, force feedback. Very, very important. And make sure that the game is selected, of course. And you need to make sure that this is not NOT enabled. If you enable force feedback in any of the sections that I'm about to tell you to disable it in, it will cause unnecessary lag to your game because it's sending signals that do, like, to locations that do not exist. And that is bad. So make sure that it's disabled. After you do that, go ahead and click Save All, and then you're going to minimize it. Make sure you do not exit out. If you exit out, it will not work. Minimize it. After you minimize it, even if you're not launching the game through Steam, like if you're launching the game through Epic and you have Steam open in the background, you need to make sure that you do this step because this is really important. So go ahead and click Steam, open it, go to the top left, click Steam, go to Settings, go to Controller, turn off Game Rumble. Game Rumble is basically the same thing as force feedback. It's going to do the exact same thing. If it's on, it's going to fuck with you. Make sure all of these are ticked off, every single one. And then you're going to come here, click Edit, and you should see something kind of like this. So you're going to click that cog right there, and you're going to click Disable Steam Input. And then you're going to click Confirm. All right, sweet. So now that that's done, we can finally open the game. So go ahead and press play, and remember the button that you need to initiate with, the button that you set, the side button, that one right there. Go ahead and press that button. Don't make sure that there's no other inputs that are going into the game when it's launching. Whenever you get to these screens, go ahead and start pressing your stick button. Now, you know 100% for a fact that it is tracking your virtual controller because you can look down at the bottom and you see Create Party down there, how it's got the Xbox X. Now you can move your analog stick. Now you can track with your camera. So All that you have to do from here, go to settings, and then click, I think, controls. Yeah, and then controller vibration. Make sure it's disabled. Then you're good to go, man. Hop into free play. Check it out. It's pretty solid. I've been waiting for this for 7 years. 7 years of my life. And I've finally finagled it to work somehow without any previous knowledge or other YouTube videos that explain to me how to do it. And I just like, this took me like weeks to do. This is like week 2 of me trying to get through this, and I still haven't really fully gotten all the nicks out of it, but we're getting it. This is huge progress for the KBM scene. If you like this, if you have the money for this mouse and you want to try this, fucking do it. I'm telling you right now, make sure you do it. All right, ladies and gents, and that's how I single-handedly got this shit to work. I'm obviously gonna take full credit for this because I'm the one that stayed up and spent all my hours doing this instead of doing my fucking homework at school. And there's, like I said, there's no tutorials anywhere close to this online. I had to look up like really super duper, like barely relevant bug fixes, shit like that, like very, very small, and link them all together because there's nobody that has done this yet. I'm definitely 100% the first person that has done this and documented it. You're not going to find anybody else who's gotten this to work. But, you know, if this has helped you, I'd really, really appreciate a like on the video, maybe a sub. If not, I don't really give a shit. You know what I mean? If this helped you, that's good enough. But if you really want to go the extra mile, I play for East Tennessee varsity Rocket League team, and we stream typically on Monday nights. I'll link that Twitch link in the description as well as my personal. And that's pretty much it. Thank you guys for watching, and have yourself a wonderful day. Later, I'm gonna go be shit at the game. Peace.